right, Shalom.
Shalom.
Brother Kalaya.
Brother Bayan.
Coming at you, all right, with just a little quick hit, all right? But before we get started, we like to give all glory, honors, and prayers unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to Ophir Elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, and this lesson gonna be predicated on, all right, wholeheartedly, cleaning yourself, okay? What I mean by that, no, I'm not, Jake already fucking knew you gotta take a shower and things of that nature, but I'm talking about cleaning your spirit, all right? I was having a conversation with an older brother last week. We was just going into how, when you cleaning your house with the sage, all right, to, ward off wicked spirits, all right, different incense of that nature. And, we just kind of wandered upon this topic. Started from that conversation stemmed from, something totally different. All right, but we started going into it, and the brother was letting me know, like, hey, when you doing that, all right, you gotta, open the window up, okay, something of that nature to let that smoke out, okay, let that that bad smoke out. So it had me thinking, we clean ourselves with this word, all right, because and if you could grab it, I believe it's in the book of John.
John 15:3.
Yeah, beautiful. All right, this word is likened unto, water. All right, it cleanses us. It purges wickedness from our spirits, man. Okay? And I'm gonna let the brother grab it, and then we'll continue.
It says, now, so like St. John 15:3,
Mm-hmm.
it says, now ye are clean through the word which I have spoken unto you.
And if I'm not mistaken, what's that word that we always go into? Baptismo.
Yeah.
All right, being submerged. All right, being purified by this word, man. That's what it means to truly be baptized.
Mm-hmm.
All right, not actually getting in physical water. All right, which these different churches, Baptist church, Catholic church, that's what they do as a representation of being baptized by the Holy Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, which that's off. This is actually talking about your spirit being renewed by this water, man. Being baptized by the word. Okay, they have more.
No, that was it.
All right. So, to stay on topic, you can start me off with that Ephesians.
That was Ephesians 4.
Yeah, Ephesians 4:20. We go down to 24.
This is the book of Ephesians chapter 4, verse 20. It says, but ye have not so learned Hamashiach. If so, be that ye have heard him and have been taught by him, as the truth is in Yahushua.
So, coming into this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, we're learning of Yahushua, man. Okay, Yahushua is the word. So as we're reading this word, okay, the scriptures, we're actually learning about Yahushua, man.
Mm-hmm.
As you're gaining wisdom, gaining knowledge, gaining understanding, you're being brought closer and closer unto Yahushua, man.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead,
Verse 22 says that ye put off concerning the former conversation, the old man which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust.
Could you grab that word conversation, Babakashah, which we know what it means, but to edify the camera. All right, but nevertheless, as we're learning and walking this path, walking that straight path, we're constantly being cleansed by this word.
Mm-hmm.
You see? So with that being said, we're presenting ourselves, all right, we're cleansing ourselves for the marriage, man. All right? You can't attend a marriage filthy.
Right.
Okay, and what I mean by that, just using the actual marriage for an example. Do you think a wife is coming to her marriage ceremony? Okay, filthy?
No.
Filthy as, rags on, hair all over her head, okay? No makeup, blemishes all over her face, right? Crusty ass toes and shit. That's off. So through the spirit, we're doing the same thing. As we walk this path, we're cleansing ourselves. All right? Through the word, man. Go ahead,
Yeah, you can't even inherit the kingdom that way.
That's right.
I tell you that the flesh can't inherit the kingdom, so pretty much that's why we have to be changed. That's why we have to be renewed, to have everything righteous you know, the law, statutes, commandments, and the inward parts, which is going to lead to us being righteous.
And if I could say, just backing off that point you made, as we cleaning ourselves, we're also proving ourselves too, man. Proving that we have what it takes to be what? Transformed into those immortal bodies. You see? Go ahead,
And willing.
Willing, yeah. Are you willing?
Yeah.
Are you willing to do what it takes, all right, to be uncomfortable?
Right.
Okay? To be in a position in which, you know, humble means to be low to the ground, to be humiliated, to be humbled. All right?
You can't fake the funk either.
That's right.
That's why, you know, this cleansing process holds a lot of weight, you know, in this journey, you know, because Jake could say that, you know, that they're changing and they're doing this and that and the third, but your actions are going to show.
That's right.
You know, you could look back, you know, years. What you want to do is look back and see a clear separation of how you are now to you back then, you know, rather than if a nigga see you, be like, man, that's the same ass nigga I knew since, you know, high school. You know, that's an insult at this point in time.
Hell yeah, especially being so close. Like I was telling you when I was going, you know, upstairs and shit. By it being so close to us being redeemed, man, Lord willing, we are that number. We just don't have time to kind of, you know, halfway cleanse ourselves, man. Which this is a process that is taking place over time.
Yeah.
You can make conscious decisions each day, right, to become clean and things of that nature. But you have to understand, all right, that this is going to be something that you're going to be doing until you get beamed up on the cherish, man. But go ahead,
this is the word conversation in that Ephesians 4 and was it 22?
Yep.
It says anastrophe, Strong's G 391, anastrophe. It says a manner of life, conduct, behavior, deportment.
A manner of life, so the way you live, man. Okay. First and foremost, when we first come into the truth, what's some of the first things Jake learned? The dietary law, all right? How to actually conduct yourself as a minister of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. You see? Because we do have a way we supposed to look, all right? You get around brothers, you check out their, you know, they hair, all right? These are things that's on the outside that Jake can see.
Right.
You know, when you're on the side, that's what the whole thing about being on the side is for, man. To physically, I start to, you know, put off things, and then as the spirit works with you, you start to gain understanding because the spirit understands that you're willing to do the physical things are small.
Right.
Stop eating pork. All right. You know, stop lusting after other men's wives.
Right.
You know, things of that nature.
Yeah.
And then as the spirit start working with you, all right, the Lord builds you up. You start to learn precepts, breakdowns, and now you're invited to different conference calls, and brothers are actually supping with you, all right, through the power and spirit of your house, man. Now, then you cross over, but it don't stop there.
Not at all.
What brothers always say, that's when the work really starts, man.
The beginning.
It's almost like you refurbishing a car. You do all the outside shit because that's easy. But what happens when you get underneath that hood?
Right.
It get critical.
Yeah. Same thing with in the sports analogy. You know, you trying out for a team or whatever, but you know, even though you're on the team, you still have to play a game.
Right.
You know, you still have to play the game and still have to work towards that championship. You know, to get that camaraderie. How you say camaraderie?
Yeah.
With you know with your brothers. You know, to build. You know, but that is not able to happen if you're in that first weak form. You know?
Right. Yeah, because some people still act like they're in their first week, man.
Right.
You know? Shit, we constantly cleaning ourselves to what? To maintain that camaraderie with Yahushua. You see?
Yeah.
Because Yahushua what? He called us his brothers, right?
Right.
Hey, Jake started, you know, the Lord, you got to think about it like this. When Jake started to backslide and go back into his old man, the Lord started side-eyeing Jake like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That ain't how we, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Next thing you know, Jake back in front of the corner store, man.
Right. Vice versa. If it was you, you know, dealing with a friend in the world.
Right.
Once Jake start acting funny, that's something easy to notice, and you think you're here. All right, I don't want to mess with you.
Right.
You know, it's you got funny business around you. You know, And the Lord thinks the same way.
Come.
You know? And then this is, this is small matters of just friends in the world. We talking about now, like me and a brother Amawad went into a video, being stewards.
Right.
Being keepers of this word and giving out the word to each other, to the sincere, for the hopefully, overcoming all of this, man. But it's a high honor and a duty that we uphold, that the Lord is pretty much given to us, in this hellhole that we in right now, man.
Come. You could keep going at Ephesians.
Come, 24.
23.
This is Ephesians 4:23. It says, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind, and that ye put on the new man, which after Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is created in righteousness and true holiness.
You see? So ultimately, man, just actually, cleansing yourself, man.
Mm-hmm.
And doing it the proper way, okay? Not skipping a step, not trying to rush the process. Hey, not prolonging the process, okay? Just, hey, man, staying on that straight and narrow path. But
I got one for
you got your pre.
This is 1 Peter 1:13. It says, wherefore gird up the loins of your mind, be sober, and hope to the end for the grace that is to be brought unto you at the revelation of Yahushua Mashiach, as obedient children, not fashioning yourselves according to the former lust in your ignorance. All right, but as which hath called you as holy, so be ye holy in all manner of conversation, because it is written, be ye holy, for I am holy. All right, and that's straight to the point, man. All right, in verse 14, as obedient children, not fashioning yourselves according to the former lust in your ignorance. All right, and once upon a time, we was ignorant to these things, man. All right, we ignored it. We didn't really have the signs in front of us, didn't have the Spirit dealing with us when it came to these things. But being obedient children now, we're throwing that old man away, throwing those past,
lusts.
Yeah,
like you say.
Just those past ignorant things that we used to do back in the day. We throwing that off to be closer to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man.
But it says, but as I'm gonna just read 16. It says, because it is written, be ye holy, for I am holy. Meaning what?
Separate.
Being separate, man. Mm-hmm. We must be separate. So, going into your setting, okay, the different things in which you entertain on a day-to-day basis, right? All of these things, we correct these things, all right, through the Spirit to what? To make us more separate, more holy, all right, from this world. That way we can be closer to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. You could grab I'll grab it. I'm right here. Hold on deck. The book of Psalms 119, and we're gonna do 25 to 32. This 2 Corinthians chapter 12 and chapter 13 in verse 5, it says, examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves that Yahushua Mashiach is in you, except ye be reprobates. But I trust that ye shall know that we are not reprobates. All right, so to examine yourself, you have to do a deep and thorough looking through, man. All right, meaning what? You're going into the things in which you're thinking about, all right, where your time lie at, okay, the company you keep, right? Even all the way down to specific things like what? Jobs, all right? Is this job conducive to the Spirit?
Right.
It might be a lawful job. It might be a job that's out the way. You ain't really doing too much, but is it taking time away from the truth?
Right.
You see? Because the Satan will give you a job like that. Right. You ain't doing too much money. You making the most money you ever made. It's not exerting your energy, but you can't make the Wednesday call, or you can't make the Friday lesson, or you always late to the goddamn Saturday lesson. And I'm just using certain things like that because that's what we do. We do these things weekly, right? And it's not to no particular person, but these are the things in which we must think about Because you're gonna only, bro, we got a short time to be doing those things that I just named. So what's it to you to take the low route, right? On jobs and things of that nature, man. All the fucking jobs probably get cut off anyway. Go ahead,
quick one for you. This is Mark 8:36.
Mm-hmm.
For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? You know, just backing up what the brother going into, man. We understand that, you know, this is crunch time, man.
Right.
So whatever, you know, you can get your hands on, you know, hold it. You know,
Right.
hold fast. Like the Lord tell you, hold fast till, you know, what you have till he come. You know, which is ultimately the spirit, man. So you need to do anything that's conducive to building your spirit and helping your spirit, you know, maintain, you know, and just hold on, man. That's pretty much it. In what it says here in the 36, pretty much it doesn't profit you. You gain the whole world for America and everything to be destroyed.
Right.
You know, so you wanted that pleasure for that little season rather than the glory forever. You know, which is stupid.
We only gonna be able to chase the crown for one time.
One time, yeah.
You only get one time to chase the crown.
Gone.
You know?
Yeah.
Hey, it's just like this. You got people that run those marathons, World Series, right? They go to what? The Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think that they, like when they lose and shit, or came in second place, or you know, didn't make the runner up.
Right.
You don't think that they thought when they got home, like, damn, I should have just gave all I had in them last final seconds. You know, we could liken that unto this truth, man. But we could end it out with the Psalms. And you can start at 25. I'll just let you know when it stops.
119 and 25.
Uh-huh.
It says, daily my soul cleaveth unto the dust. Quicken thou me according to thy word. I have declared my ways, and thou heardest me. Teach me thy statutes. Make me to understand the way of thy precepts. So shall I talk to thy wondrous works. My soul melted for heaviness. Straighten thou me according to thy word.
You can stop right there, bro. You know, ultimately, that's what I had my eye on, verse 28. Okay, but in verse 25 it said what? My soul cleaveth to the dust. And normally, what do dust represent, man? A confusion. You see, it said my soul cleaveth to the dust. All right, because what? We're in these fleshly bodies. All right, Paul said it the best. Apostle Paul, he said, the things that I would not do, I do. And the things that I would do, I do not.
Right.
All right? These bodies are, it literally tell you in the book of Romans, it's against the spirit, man. Okay. And the spirit is against the flesh. It's a constant war. All right? But nevertheless, what did David say? Quicken me thou according to thy word. So it's this word that takes us out of the dust, that cleans the dust off us. All right, that renews us. You see what that is? Psalms 51, when it goes in to purge me with hyssop. You know, ultimately that's that word that's purging them with hyssop. Which hyssop is an ancient purification herb. All right, but verse 28 says, "My soul melted for heaviness. Strengthen me according to thy word." All right, because Jake don't want to go off. Right. But fuck, hey, shit be happening, man. Yeah. It's all about maintaining, all right, your mistakes. How to I know the one you like, it's in the Apocrypha.
Offend less.
Yeah, offend less. That's what this thing is about, man. Offending less. You see?
Yeah. If I could add to you, again, it always leads back to Yahushua, man. So that leads back to leaning on Yahushua.
That's right.
All right. So knowing that we can't do these things on our own, you know, the Lord has us to remember these things on the daily. You know, it doesn't mean continually, you know, just sin. Like, okay, the Lord got us. Let's just, you know, sin. You know, what was that? Paul give no man license to sin.
No, that's in the Apocrypha. That's in Sirach.
So like, but you know, no man have no license, you know, to sin. You know, the right of way to continue to sin willingly. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Jump down to verse 37, Babaka Shah.
This is Psalms 119 and 37. It says, "Turn away mine eyes from beholding vanity, and quicken thou me in thy way."
Yeah, bro. And that's what this word do, man. I stand locked in, okay? It turns your eyes away from vanity. Cause then once Jake, I said this with in a video I did a while back. When you start to fill up all your slots with something conducive to the spirit, or I ain't even gonna just say just that, because Jake will run himself nuts, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but ultimately turning your full focus onto the truth, man. Your full focus. What it say? What they used to say? Can I have your undivided attention? Being single-eyed towards this truth. It's harder to behold vanity. Alright? It's almost like a seventh sense. Like you just pick up and it'd be like, yeah, that's fucking vanity. And it become easy. It's fluid.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah, let me I want to read down to 40 in the NLT.
Okay.
It says, reassure me of your promises made to those who fear you. Help me abandon my shameful ways, for your regulations are good. I long to obey your commandments. Renew my life with your goodness.
Kevin.
Man, and that's the story of our life right now, man. Man, we long to be, with our big brother, our Lord and Savior, man. In these righteous bodies with our family, everything, righteous around us, constantly, and man, it's gonna be a beautiful time, once all of these things come to pass.
Then we gonna be clean forever. You ain't gonna need to, constantly defeat the old man. All right, do a spiritual spring cleaning. You know what I'm saying? Jake gonna have the law, statutes, and commandments in their inward parts. All right, but this is right now. We just gotta focus on constantly cleansing our spirits, man, and killing that old man daily. It's a daily task. But you got it. Well, that was it. Yeah, that was it. So went a little bit longer than I expected, but that's cool, man. Lord willing, this video is edifying. First and foremost, before we get out of here, we like to give all glory, honors, and prayers unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to Hope Elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
And Abba Ba.
Abba Ba.